Well, Jennifer Laude's family finally met the U.S. Marine they've long wanted to face. What was this first meeting like? David Santos answers that for us from Olongapo City. Hi, David. Go ahead.
Hi, Mai. Well, today's appearance of Joseph Scott Pemberton before the Olongapo City Court marks the first time that he comes face-to-face with the family of transgender woman and murder victim Jennifer Laude. Well, two of Laude's elder sisters, Marilu and Michelle, escorted by the family's private counsels, also attended today's proceedings. Well, speaking to reporters, Marilu Laude said she had mixed feelings about seeing the U.S. Marine inside the courtroom. She admitted having the urge to physically assault Pemberton right inside the court sala and perhaps question and berate him on Jennifer's killing more than 2 months ago. Now, the presence of U.S. security personnel around Pemberton forced Marilu to restrain herself. But Marilu added that she also felt somehow relieved in finally seeing Pemberton in the flesh, saying this is also an important proof to convince her and her family that the U.S. serviceman will indeed face criminal charges.
Nanggigigil ako sa galit, gustong-gusto ko siyang lapitan, gustong-gusto ko siyang ugain, bakit ganun nagawa mo sa kapatid ko. Kaya lang sa dami nga ng NCIS na naka-bodyguard sa kanya, how come na maaanuhan ko siya, di ba? Paano? So, kahit papaano din naman, nabawasan ng sakit yung dibdib namin, kahit papaano nakagaan ng loob na nakita na namin siya ng personal.
Well, if you recall, Mai, in the aftermath of the killing in October, the Laude family, particularly Marilu, insisted on seeing Pemberton inside his detention facility at Camp Aguinaldo. Well, she even went to the extent of climbing a tall fence to defy Filipino troops securing Pemberton. Now, the family is looking forward to Pemberton's regular attendance to the scheduled hearings when the trial proceeds, still hoping to get the chance of speaking to him personally. Now, security was tight throughout the morning here at the Olongapo City Hall of Justice. About 100 policemen, mostly from the PNP's Public Safety Company, provided the perimeter security for the court. Some policemen were designated in adjacent government buildings. There was also a team of the Philippine Army soldiers, stationed about 2 blocks away from here. Now, a handful of protesters demanding justice for Jennifer Laude were also present. I was also present. They were positioned a few meters away from the Hall of Justice to ensure they do not disrupt court proceedings. They also criticized the manner the proceedings were held today. There was no formal announcement of the hearing from the court. Pemberton was discreetly ushered to the courtroom and the media was barred from any direct access both to Pemberton and what transpired inside the courtroom. The protesters say these are clear indications that indeed Pemberton is being given preferential treatment.
Ayan po ang kagandahan sa Estados Unidos. Ibig sabihin, pinoproteksyonan po nila ang kanilang sundalo kung nakapas lang. Ngunit ang masakit pong tanggapin, bakit ito naman Pilipinas mismo ay nakakipagkutsabahan pa dito sa Estados Unidos?
Well, after the hearing, the Laude family approached some of the protesters to thank them for their continued support on the case. Whenever they can, they say the family will attend each of the court hearings to ensure that they get the justice they deserve. Mai.
David, obviously emotions there still running high, but what's the reaction of Jennifer Laude's family to sentiments raised even by some armed forces officials that this case may have been blown out of proportion?
Well, we had that limited chance to speak to them, Mai, but basically most of the time, most of the questions shown to them were their initial reaction upon seeing Joseph Scott Pemberton, because basically this was something that they had wanted since the killing. That's since 2 months ago. Now, maybe we can ask them that, the question perhaps in another opportunity. But what I can tell you now is that they have this feeling of both of relief, at the same time continued anger towards Pemberton, towards this Marine soldier. They are saying that if they get the chance, they want to ask him what made him kill their kin. Now, if in case, they are also expecting Pemberton to say sorry to them. Otherwise, they won't accept that apology. They just want to hear it from him personally. But otherwise, they want the case to be pursued, Mai.
All right. Thank you, David, for that report. David Santos giving us the latest from Olongapo City.